We have got the one, the only, a man that needs no introduction. That playbook holds very dear to its heart. The number one sales trainer in the entire world, coming on today to deliver to the playbook, his playbook. Daniel freaking G, baby, let's go.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Can you guys hear me loud and clear or what? We good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. We got you, dude.
Let's
How you feeling?
go.
Let's
Good,
freaking
good.
go,
Thank you, brother,
dude.
for introducing me. I appreciate that. Let's
Absolutely,
rock
dude.
and
Take it
roll.
away.
Dude, I'm gonna rip it for a little bit. Am I good? Can you hear me? Good.
Absolutely, bro. I can hear you loud and clear. Take the stage, rip it, and then I'll see you at the end.
Guys. All right. Anyways, we're gonna dive into this. Turn up your guys' volume. We're gonna dive into it. But Drew, I appreciate it. Listen, today's call. I mean, we have to talk about going big right now because only a loser looks at their wins as money. Let me say that again. Only a loser will look at their wins as money. The reason why most people don't become successful inside of the industry because they only look at their win as money and they don't look at their commission check as a sign that it worked. So meaning if somebody on this call had a $17,000 a week, who gives a shit about the money? You're still broke. You can't do nothing with $17,000. You can't do nothing with $17,000. No, but yeah, I could. You can't leave your business and your business grows without you with $17,000. Literally, some of you guys might have $117,000 in your bank account. You're still broke. You can't even buy a house with $117,000. But they know I saved $750,000. It still doesn't buy you a house. So you guys got to operate like at the level of saying, that's $750,000. And I'm talking to 8 players right now, the people that are winning. Anybody that made a commission check on this call, I promise you guys one thing, that $3,000 check that you just made, you will make $30,000 check, you'll make a $300,000 check, and you'll make a $3 million check if you don't look at it as money. If you look at it as money, you'll never go repeat it. If you look at it, your wins as a sign that whatever you did in the past worked out, you're going to actually repeat it. Your commission checks are signs. A sign that says, hey, by the way, we're winning, let's go duplicate that. Okay, so I'm going to dive into this because I think today we're talking about launching. It's like a relaunch for the new year, right? Like you don't have to be like, oh, well, we're smashing. Your numbers show, okay? That's your scorecard. Your numbers show. But I'm going to show some people how they might be playing small still on this call. I'm going to give it to you guys right now. You have to sell yourself that you're a 2, so there's still 8 points to go. That means you can 8x your income this year. If you think you're already a 9 in your business and you're like, oh, I'm already amazing, that means you only want to grow maybe a couple extra $1,000 this year, which is not the truth. So here's my formula to business. I'm going to draw it out for you guys, right? I love pyramids, so watch my pyramid right now. So here's my pyramid. You get into sales, right? We're all in sales on this call. We get into sales, and sales is not freedom. It's not freedom. Why? Now, I'm saying this as the sales trainer. I live, breathe, eat, sleep, shit, sales, okay? Sales is not freedom. Why? Because you still got to knock and get paid, call and get paid, sell and get paid. What is sales? It's just the highest paying job in the world. It's just the highest paying job. That's all sales is. It's the highest paying job. That means if we don't call nobody, if we don't close nobody, we don't get paid, but it is the highest paying skill in the world. It's the highest paying skill in the world, but there's no freedom. We got to sell, we got to get paid. You can't leave because you still got to sell. If you're great at sales, you still got to sell. So there's no freedom, there's no business because there's no leverage. The word is called leverage. We work this business for leverage. So I'm just going to give you guys my formula if you've never heard it before. I'm going to give you guys a formula. The second thing is this. You move up it and then you do something above sales, which is called recruiting. Still, it's the second highest paying job in the world. Second highest paying job in the world. Hey, by the way, Bob, you're freaking sharp. What the heck do you do outside of here? Do you have a good work ethic? Yes. Can you sit down and make 150 calls a day or no? Do you have too much of an ego for that? If you could, get me a napkin, go get me a napkin. What do you mean? Go get me a napkin. Here's my number. Text me before today at 8 p.m. If you don't text me by 8 p.m. and you text me at 8:01, I'm too busy. I probably won't reply back. Do it to somebody else that doesn't care about their business. But if you're serious and you want to make more freaking money on top of what you're currently doing, text that number before 8 p.m. Have a good day. That's recruiting. That's a high-paying skill, right? Still, zero freedom. It's just the second highest paying skill in the world, right? It's the second highest paying skill in the world. It's not a business. Sales is not a business. Recruiting is not a business. There's zero leverage. It's just the highest paying skill in the world. If somebody can do that, they can make a shit ton of money. If they learn how to sell and they learn how to do that, they can make a shit ton of money. So here's the third step to the pyramid. The third step is this. What do you think it is? Duplication. What's the difference, Daniel, between recruiting and duplication? Well, now in duplication, I got leverage. Now we got 50% freedom. I call it 50% freedom. So when I can get Bob to go sell somebody, that's called duplication. Now, duplication is only 50% freedom. Why? Because I might just get him motivated to go sell one person. I just might get Sarah motivated to go recruit one person. I just might get Richard motivated to go sell one policy. That's motivation. Duplication is motivation in my head. How do I duplicate? You're just trying to motivate down, which is great, but it's not consistent. Consistent duplication, it what gives you ultimate leverage, which is called leadership. Leadership, the easiest, which is 100% leverage. Leadership, the easiest term, guys, for that is just consistent duplication. When you can consistently duplicate is when you have leverage and when you have leadership. The difference between leadership and duplication, duplications once or twice, leadership is consistent duplication. So the job, of course, is to master all four components, but I just want to let you guys know these two skills, highest paying skills in the world, these two give you leverage and freedom. The question becomes this: how do I master these and then have this mentality, even though it's day one inside the business, week one inside the business, or month one inside the business? Well, let me give you guys a background story here for a second. So right now is January what? 15th? January 15th. Damn, it's already 15th. So all the players are gone, like all the fakers are gone because it's the second week. So now people are a little bit demotivated. By the way, this should be your highest month inside of sales. If right now is not your highest month inside of sales, December and January, something's wrong inside of your business. I'm not saying your organization, you. Why? Because think of what you guys do right now. All you do is help people with the number one thing that's on their conscious mind right now, which is to make more money. From the 1st to the 30th, it's dying out right now. 3rd week, 4th week, if you don't catch them right now, you're screwed. Right now, it should be like dominate everybody right now. Why? Because the only two things people are thinking about is lose weight and make more money right now. Lose weight and make more money. You got another 2 to 3 weeks. That's it. Lose weight, make more money. What do you guys do? Help people make more money, which can give them more freedom, make them lose more weight, whatever the case is. So the reason why I'm saying this, because right now should be the highest sales months, December and January. And most people kick it back in January. You guys should explode right now because that's all you guys do. Now, how do you actually 5 to 10x your income this year? Well, I'll give it to you. The only way to do that is take your month-end goal, okay? Take your month-end goal right now and do it within 1 week. Why? Guys, here's what I'm gonna say. Your brain doesn't know what it wants, right, until it witnesses it. So I'm gonna give you guys the formula of goal setting. Meaning, you know when you take business class, for the people here that's ever taken business, you're like, I can never sit in economy. If you take a jet, you'll be like, shit, I never wanna sit in business class anymore, right? Your brain doesn't know what it wants. It judges, and then when it experiences, it's like, oh, this is nice. Same thing with goals. It doesn't know what it can achieve until you stretch. Meaning, you have to stretch yourself or you never really realize your potential. The only way to stretch your brain to realize your potential inside of life is to compress your targets. Let me tell you guys something. The time in which you give yourself to achieve a goal, you take up the whole time frame. So if I have to go in a studio and record for 4 hours, I will take up 4 hours to record. If I have to go in a studio, I'm like, well, we have 32 minutes and I still got to record. I will take 32 minutes to record all videos. So just think of it for a second. The time in which you give yourself, okay? You think consciously, what's my goal? Okay, my goal today is to sell 10 policies, get it done before noontime. Your brain doesn't know what it's capable of until you compress it. And then once you achieve it, it's going to say, oh, damn, I could have hit this goal within a week. It'll never go back to regular form. Most people inside a business, they never compress, so they never stretch their potential. Meaning the only way you figure out what you're worth, your potential, is you compress your month-end goal, you do it within a week. Because if you do it within a month, you will take up the whole month to achieve your goal. You smile at your mentor, you shake your mentor's head, and you say, thank you so much for the $20,000 target. But in your head, you say, weak-ass goal, I'm gonna go do it within a week. So number one, I say you compress, so you stretch. The moment you stretch, it never goes back to regular form. So the topic today is, how do you launch? 2 years ago, I'm in Italy. I'm doing a training in Italy. 3 years ago, 2022, I'm backstage in Italy. This guy's on stage training, and there's a few thousand people. I'm about to go speak on stage. And he's telling this organization how he had an organization of 100,000 people. Listen to this for a second. 100,000 people in his downline on a sales team. And he said, this guy was a legend in the direct sales space. And he said his company shut down. He had faith that his company was going to somehow push through all these legal battles and blah, blah, blah. So he's like, dude, I stayed for like another week. As I stayed there, the guy that was one of my sidelines went to go jump to another company. He said 98% or 99% of my team, they all went to go do another opportunity. He's like, they were gone, right? And he didn't know what to do for the month because he's like, man, I don't just want to join a company fast. So in indecision, people are going to work other things. They're like, come on, man, what are you doing? So he's like, finally, in 2 months, he found a new home. 2 months. He found a new company, a new home, a new comp, a new product. He's saying this story on stage. I'm listening before I'm going up to speak on stage. He says, I have 1,000 people left on my team. Imagine that. 100,000 to 1,000 people left. He messages his whole team, guys, let's go freaking launch this to the moon, right? So he messages his team. He said, everybody get on a Zoom call on Friday. We're going to launch this thing out. Everybody get to a Zoom call on Friday. He messages everybody, just like normal, 250 probably people join the Zoom call. Not everybody, 250 out of the whole organization, 25% of the people. They're fired up, they're ready to go. He's looking at 250 people. Imagine this guy used to have 100,000. He's looking at 250 people. He looks at the 250 people. He's like, all right, He starts pitching them the game plan. And then he says, guys, nobody sign up. He says, so you know you're choosing the right leader, I'm going to build this thing out with you in the next 48 hours. He said, I'm going to launch with you guys in the next 48 hours. Nobody sign up. Have a wait list. I'm going to give you guys like a waiting tag, I think he said, or something like that. He's like, in the next 2 hours, all I want you guys to do is every single person bring 2 people on this call in the next 2 hours. Like, you got to remember, this guy inside of his blood is heated. He doesn't know what it is to have a team of 250. This guy had a team for the last 20 years of 100,000 plus. His brain is stretched. See, for Sarah that walks in, Sarah can have the same skill set, but Sarah doesn't have a stretched brain like Dave. I'm just going to give this guy a fake name, Dave. So Dave says to everybody in 2 hours, it's 12 p.m., everybody bring 2 people or don't show up to the next call. I'm going to launch this business with you. 2 cold people. Everybody brings 2 cold people. He tells everybody, we have about 700 people on the next call. Warm and cold prospects. Boom, 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 boom. He does the same pitch. He's guys, I know you don't know me. I know you guys are on the fence. You got 1 foot in the pool, 1 foot out. You guys got cold nipples. You're like, I don't know if I should join this opportunity. He said, don't. I'm going to build it with you guys. I'm going to show you exactly how we work this. I didn't know you guys, right? He gets everybody to agree with him. He's like, nobody here knows me on the Zoom call, right? Yes, great. I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to do over the next year. And I'm going to get you paid in 24 hours. Watch this. I don't need you to trust me, he said. I'm going to build it with you guys. I'm not asking for trust. He says every single people here get at minimum of 2 people. And if you can't get 2 people, bring your aunts, your uncles, or your dogs, or your pets. He said, I don't care. Get 2 people on the Zoom call or don't show up. The next Zoom call, 4 hours now are in. He has 1,500 people on a Zoom call. He does the same thing. Boom. He starts training, does the same pitch, the same spiel. Everybody here, get 2 people. He said within 24 hours, he had 3,000 people. I think it was like 6 Zoom calls in or 5 Zoom calls in. He had 3,000 people sitting on call. He looks at his wife. He didn't sleep for a day. I remember him telling this story like day, 3 years ago. I remember clear as day. He's like, babe, should I sleep? She's like, yeah, let's go to bed. He's like, what if I just prep 1 more launch with these people? Let me strategize this. Let's not sign everybody up yet. He does it again. He does the same spiel. He gets these wait lists. He has everybody doing these launching wait lists. He had this all teed up. He does it again. 3,000 people. He's like, I had 5,500 people on that Zoom call. Boom. I started learning. I signed them all up. We had all the systems ready. He said in 48 hours, I built a team of 2,400 people. 2,400 people in 48 8 hours. Now, as he's saying the story, this is what's happening backstage. Ready for this? A couple leaders are doing this probably right now as they're listening to me. The other speakers and my friends were like, yeah, man, whatever, man. They were like, dude, whatever, 2,400. It's probably bullshit, they were saying. It's probably bullshit. A couple guys rolled their eyes, and I'm fired up. I got this blood in me. I'm like, geez, I'm playing so small. And I turned to my friends and I said, guys, in life, you can't believe in the negatives. You got to believe in the positives. I'm like, you got to buy somebody else's belief and energy to level up. I'm like, you got to buy this guy's belief in order to level up. I'm like, wait, you guys are rolling your eyes thinking it's bullshit. I'm like, doesn't the story just sound fucking dope? They're like, yeah, but whatever, man. I'm like, dude, even if he's lying, I said, if he's lying and he only got 1,000 people on his team in 48 hours, people don't do that for their whole career. I said, but imagine he's lying and he gets 500 people on his team in 24 hours. I said, people still don't do that in their whole career. I said, but imagine he's lying and he gets 200 people. I said, people still don't do that. I said, but imagine he's lying. He launched and he got 20 people in 48 hours. I'm like, people still can't even get 20 people in 48 hours. I said, there's something to learn from that guy. And I said, you know what it is? I went on stage. I said, you see that guy that just got off stage? I said, here's the deal. He doesn't know how to sign up people. He doesn't know how to close people. All he knows is to go big. It's inside of his DNA because he stretched himself. And if you guys are watching him, it wasn't the strategies that he was giving you on stage, I told him. I'm like, you have to adopt his mindset. You have to give yourself permission to adopt his mindset, and you'll hit the ranks 10 times quicker than that fellow that just lost stage. I said, in his mind, he's a launcher. He's not a signer-upper. He's a launcher. He's just not a closer. He can close, but he likes to close a lot. He doesn't know how to talk to one person. That guy feels nervous when it's one person. He's one to many, then work with the 8 players. I said, all he knows what to do is launch. So I asked people inside of business, I'm like, only amateur sign up people. I say leaders launch. They go big. They always want to do something big. My team had all these ideas. I said, no. We're going to launch at the beginning of every single month. I'm like, we just do launches now. We no longer sign up people. We do launches. We think of that guy that did 2,400 people in 48 hours. That's what we think about. We get hundreds and hundreds of people in the room and we just launch. We no longer do signups anymore. I said, because the thing is, it's like either you have sign-up energy or launching energy. So I'm going to give you guys the formula of a launch. Let me tell you guys what I mean by a launch. Because first of all, a launch, I think everybody would want that type of number inside of their business. A launch is internal before it's external. A launch is internal before it's external. You cannot launch if you're not internally a launcher behind the scenes. So I'll show you what I mean. Launching mindset versus sign-up mindset and recruiting mindset. Recruiting mindset, internal before it's external. Launchers always have the sense of urgency. Like there's always something crazy happening, right? So I'm gonna show you guys behind the scenes of what your mind looks like if you're a launcher or signer-upper. It's just your sense of urgency. Either the world's gonna go to shits, or we're gonna turn this thing into a multi-million-dollar organization within a couple weeks, right? So here's how the mentality is. Bob, we got to do something next week with this client. Can you call them next week? No, let's do it right now. Launcher doesn't know how to wait. Why? Because they subscribe to a do it now mentality. A signer upper, okay, yeah, cool. Like, yo, what are you doing next week? Do you want to go call this client? I think we have to email this person. I think we're gonna go out and recruit people. No, let's do it right now. A launcher is always internal before it's external. There's a sense of urgency. There's a sense of urgency inside of their head that if they don't go do it, their business is destroyed. I'm giving you guys your leader's mindset. Your leader, if they don't go operate tomorrow morning, they think their business is gonna get taken away from them. I just told my team this morning, I said, if I don't show up on social media, I have no more social media for the rest of my life, every single day. I said, that's the way my brain operates. They're like, I'm like, nobody should put me under more urgency than I put myself under urgency. I said, it's a level of fired upness for no reason to be fired up on inside a business. There's a level of urgency for no reason of having urgency. What's the top trait of every single leader inside of your organization? They have urgency and the ability to be fired up with no reason to have urgency and the ability to be fired up. They should have no reason for it. They're just fired up for no reason. No reason. If you don't have that, you're a signer-upper. Meaning like when somebody comes up to you and they ask you how's business and you're like, oh man, you know, it's good. It's freaking unbelievable, man. What are you doing? What's up? Unbelievable. They just launched. They're launching 24/7 the business. So I want you to think of yourself for the second. How do I move inside of my business? Am I urgent enough that I give myself a sense of urgency that even my organizational targets that are set out for me, those seem even weak because I've already cooked a $2,000 a week. Why is my organization's target for me $5,000 in commission? Shouldn't. Now you're an $8,000 income earner, right? So level of urgency, number one, level of urgency. Urgency, by the way, main ingredients inside of your sales process. Urgency means this, that inside of sales, people know if you're urgent or not. Why don't deals get done? Why do people say, I need to think about it? I don't have time to do something like this. Give me some time. Yeah, you just weren't urgent enough. When you went to go recruit somebody, you gave them the option. Launchers don't give options. You know, when you're like, hey man, would you like to make some more money and da, 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 da. Because I believe you guys just can't focus on sales this year. You want to like 20x your income, you are 24/7 on. You leave your business never dies. If you walked in an elevator this morning and there was a pulse and a heartbeat and you were thinking about who you had to close, you're still not inside of your business. You're not obsessed. You're just like, oh, I'm just a closer. Yeah, you just walked by a human being that can produce with you inside of the business. You're still, I promise you guys, you're still not obsessed. Obsession means this, that everybody that has a moving heartbeat knows about your business. That's an obsession. So a level of urgency. Do you see the way I recruited that lady? I didn't say, hey, by the way, Janet, yeah, so how long have you been here? Oh, nice. What do you like about your job? Yeah, nice. Have you ever heard about sales? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sales is super cool. Have you ever thought about getting in sales? Dude, you don't seem like a salesperson. You seem like a person that has time. That seems like a broke person. That seems like a person that wants to chit chat. You think a leader has time to be like, oh yeah, so let me qualify you inside of a Starbucks. What the heck? Jenny, your freaking energy's phenomenal. I don't know what the heck you do outside of here, but you strike me as somebody that just is hungry and wants to make a shit ton of money. Am I right? Yes. High five. Go grab me a napkin. Okay. Do you want to show up to today's meeting at 8 p.m.? We host a virtual call at night. Huh? No. High five, grab me a napkin. Text me before 8 p.m. If it's 8:01, I assume you love working here. The service is phenomenal. I'll come back next week. High five, have a good day. The question is this, is your level of urgency? Is their level of urgency? People respect your time to the degree you respect your own time inside of business. So you have to ask yourself, man, would I go join if that person recruited me that I just tried to recruit? Like if I stepped into my shoes and that other version of me, if I'm watching the version of me recruit somebody else, would I join myself? Because what's the rule of sales? The rule of sales is this: sell to others as you would like to be sold. The rule of recruiting is what? Recruit others as you would like to be recruited. Are you going to go listen to somebody that's slow and dead, or are you going to go listen to somebody that's like, yo, high five, you're a rock star. I get out of here. What's your number? Boom, I'm out. The only person that gets known, it's like the loudest and the fastest and the most urgent person always gets known. It's not the deadbeat that walks inside of Starbucks or walks around. It's like, hey, how you doing, man? Everybody's waiting for somebody to bring the energy. It's just that you have to give, like when you open a room, somebody's waiting who's going to put the energy inside of this room. It's like you almost got to walk in the room and be like, all right, it's my responsibility to bring the energy inside of this room. You walk inside of a Starbucks. Here's a launcher. Here's a signer-upper. Signer-upper texts on their phone. Yeah, can I have a double coffee espresso? Yeah, thanks. All right, have a good day. Signer-upper. Launcher walks inside of Starbucks like this. Crazy mother. Walks inside of Starbucks. Hey guys, by the way, we got 3 spots left for our training today. If you guys been struggling, I don't know what it is, swipe up, DM me right now the word ticket for tonight's virtual event. DM me the word ticket. I can't wait to show you guys what we got inside of the sales and the online sales space and the virtual financial space. DM me the word ticket right now. Have a good day. I got it over here. Hey, what's your name? Margaret. Margaret, can you grab me? Margaret, do I need 2 shots of espresso or do you think I need 1? Get me 3, Margaret. I got a long day today. How's your day today? Good? Boom. I always see you. You're amazing. Take your number. Boom. Out. Who's this guy always on? Who's this guy? But you could be talking to nobody. It doesn't really matter. What I'm trying to show you guys is like people move with the energy that you move with. Okay? So first thing, you guys need people. Remember, money doesn't build your business. People are going to build your business. Number 1. Number 2, you always want to get to the point inside of sales where you could tell people what to do and you don't have to ask them. Asking is during the qualification. Telling people what to do, highest level of sales. So there's 3 levels of sales. I'm going to give it to you guys right now. Everybody has their scripts. I'm not training you on my script. I'm not training you guys on your scripts. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to show you, here's the leak in what I'm doing. So here's the 3 levels. About a month and a half ago, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm hanging out with a friend. He's the #1 hypnotist in the world, okay? Whether you guys believe in hypnotists or not, I'm not asking you guys. He's just a persuader. When I look at hypnotists, I'm like, they just get in the mind of somebody very fast. And if you can get in the mind of somebody, you can change them. You can change what they do. And what they do is sleep. That's it. That's all hypnotism is. When I need somebody to take a certain level of action, I don't try to make them sell more. I try to change the way they think. I was on stage last week. I was with one of my friends, Andy Elliott. So we were both doing this event in Mexico. I get on stage, he's done speaking, I get on stage. I'm like, guys, you want to know what's cool here? Is that him or I can teach you all these scripts 24/7. None of you guys will go and implement it. Why? Because we can't change the way you sell. We can only change the way you think. If we change the way you think, we could change the way you sell and what you do. My job is to not get you guys to sell more. My job right here, I don't give a shit if you guys want to sell more or not. My job right here is to change the way you think. If I could change the way you think, I could get you to do something differently. If I can't change the way you think, I can't get you to do a different action. So if I change the thinking, I change the behavior. Behavior changes results. So I'm with this hypnotist guy, and then I'm with my friend Tony in the back, right? And Tony is this, I'm gonna give you guys a visual of Tony. He's a very old school, Middle Eastern, strong personality. So he's with me and the hypnotist. I'm with a couple of my buddies, Moose and Jamil, and they're all like skeptical, but Tony's the most skeptical. So Tony's like this, yeah, bro. He's like, nobody's hypnotizing me, bro. This guy can't hypnotize me, right? And like shoulders up, you know the buyers that's like, I'm just not buying shit today, right? So I'm with Tony, and Tony's like, we're in this guy's compound. This guy has plaques on his wall from Las Vegas, hypnotize these people. He's made $100 million back in like 2000. He had the #1 show in Las Vegas, #1 hypnotist in the world. He had a compound in Carlsbad, California, actually. That's where we were. The thing was 100,000 square feet, guys. Massive, empty. He does events there and shows there. This guy's crazy. And the compound's just full of all his plaques of all his shows. And Tony's walking there with his shoulders up, right? He goes to the guy, he's like, yeah, bro, but he's like, these people that you hypnotize, he's like, very weak-minded people, you know? He's like, you don't hypnotize me, very weak-minded. He's like, you can't hypnotize me, go. He's like, go, hypnotize me, right? And my friend's just like, Tony, he's like, dude, he's like, it's funny that you say that because I was hearing you speak with Daniel in the back. He's like, he's right, guys. Tony's right. Because I was arguing with Tony. I'm like, dude, the guy will put you to sleep. Don't test him. And Tony, and then he just turns. He's like, no, guys, Tony's right. He's like, most people that I hypnotize, they usually have this problem inside of life, and they're very vulnerable first. And if they're not weak, it's pretty hard to hypnotize these people. Tony looks at us, and he's like, see, I told you. He's like, I told you I can't be hypnotized, right? Now, Tony's just like, I'm looking at Marshall. I'm like, you just told this guy. I'm like, that's like telling a salesperson, I don't have the money, or I need to think about it. The salesperson's like, come on, give me something harder. I'm like, you just told a hypnotist you can't hypnotize me. So then him and the guy are starting to talk, and then we're sitting down at this table. I go to Marshall. I'm like, hey, can you hypnotize this guy? Like while we're sitting down? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, but I got to get agreements from him. I'm like, okay, do it how you want to do it, but just do it. So he starts to get agreements from Tony. He's like, Tony, you're right, man. I can't hypnotize you because most people that are strong like you can't. But he's like, would you ever give me permission today if like I could? You give me permission to do it? He's like, yeah. So then he disassociates from that conversation. And then he starts talking to Tony. And we're sitting down at this table. He starts talking to him, right? And he brings his chair in closer. And they start talking their side to side. But he's not doing it like regular where you're one-on-one with somebody and you say sleep. So then he starts talking. He starts having a good conversation. He's like, Dan, can you go check who's at the door so we can get deeper with Tony, and starts talking to him one-on-one. I come back. Tony's like just nodding his head with this guy, looking at this guy's eyes. This guy like fell in love or some shit like that. In another 15 minutes, you just hear him sleep. Tony's on the floor, knocked out. Steve's here, my witness. Tony's on the floor, knocked out. I'm like, damn. I look at this guy. I'm like, wake him up. Tony wakes up. He's like, wake up. I look at Tony. I'm like, dude, what happened? He looks at me. He's like, what? I said, he's like, what happened? I'm like, yeah, congrats. You just got put to sleep. He wakes up. I go to my friend, the hypnotist. I'm like, dude, I have a question for you. Because like I'm a nerd with sales. I pinpoint words and I'm like, I wanted to write down the whole process. I'm like, am I on track here? Because this is what I've been training. I'm like, here's what you did. I seen it all. I watched you do it. I'm like, tell me if I'm right. I'm like, the first thing you did is you relaxed him. You relaxed him, meaning the shoulders were up, you relaxed it. Guys, watch this. This is the sales process. I'm like, you relaxed him, number one. And then number two, you got him to agree, right? If you can get the person to agree and manage your expectations, you build them trust. And then I'm after, like, you just gave him the command. I'm like, am I right? He's like, it's deeper than all of those, but he's like, yeah, your sequence right. I'm like, that's it. I started looking at my process when I went home. I'm like, oh, I'm like, think of salespeople. We struggle with getting somebody else to pay us $750 on a call or show up to a call or whatever the case is. This guy can get somebody to sleep through that process. They don't do magic. There's not some woohoo thing. It's just getting inside of the brain. Once you can tap into the subconscious mind, you change the way the person thinks and the person's agreeing with you, then you just give them the command. I said, wouldn't it be so cool that salespeople in a good, perfect world can just do this? All right, open up your credit card. Let's throw it on this right now. Like, we would always want to get to that point where it's just the command. But salespeople can't give the command to tell people to pay them because they haven't mastered these two things, the relax and the trust. And both of those two things are very like fluffy. Why? Because ever since because this is the sales process team. When somebody says, well, man, the person didn't have the money or they didn't want to buy today, it has nothing to do with that. A great sales leader should go back and to be like, all right, where did you screw up? Were they relaxed? Did they trust you? And did you give them a command? Did you give them a direct command? Or did you ask? Or did you just give them a command? Hey, let's go do this. All right, open up your phone, put me on speaker, and walk through the whole process. Like, where did you screw up? Do you think the kiss was bad, which was the command, which was like, you don't ask for a kiss, you just kiss? Was that bad? Did you do something weird there? Did they not trust you? Wait, and I'm gonna dive deeper on these. Or were they not relaxed in the conversation? Which one was it? Because if you look at every one of your great sales team, if you guys all watch your sales that you close on policies all day, or you go recruit somebody, you'll be like, damn, you're right. I got the client relaxed a little bit. I got the client to agree with me. I managed their expectations. I just gave them command and it was easy. So I always ask people, I'm like, did they trust you? And people say, well, yeah. I'm like, there it is. When you said yeah to me, you weren't sure that person trusted you. You were like, yeah. Yeah, that means they didn't trust you. You thought it was, I don't have the money, I need to do something. That it wasn't any of that. They just didn't trust you. So what does trust look like? Because we've always heard this inside of sales. People got to know you, they got to like you, and they got to trust you. And I'm like, dude, I get this, but nobody's ever explained it to me. No, like, this is easy. People got to know you on social media. Okay, they got to know you in order to pay you. Okay, people got to like you. Ha, 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 ha. They got to like you. Sure, whatever. That's simple, okay? Get people to like you. Get them to trust you. What the heck does that mean? What the heck does trust mean? Because here's the myth about trust. It takes time to build trust with somebody. Bullshit. That's complete myth. And by the way, you guys already broken that myth. Why? You've closed policies within 3 minutes, 17 minutes, 20 minutes. You close somebody on the phone call, boom. So trust has nothing to do with time. Why? There's people in relationships that people are with and they don't trust them. They've been together for a year and a half. Has nothing to do about time. Trust has nothing to do about time. So everybody should be like, what's the button to trust? Well, I'll give you what it is. Number one, it's managing expectations. What does managing expectations mean? Expectations. Here's what managing expectations is. This is what builds trust. This is exactly what builds trust inside of sales. Let's say I'm selling somebody and they're like, hey man, let's say I want to bring them inside of the company. And I'm like, dude, how much you making every single month? And they're like, oh, I'm making about $3,000 a month at my job. Okay, nice. Well, I mean, if we were to partner up with you, let me ask you a question. How much do you actually want to be making every single month? Well, man, I would like to be making about $10,000 a month, right? And I'm like, okay, awesome. You want to make about $10,000 a month? Great. And then I checked them. I say, okay, like, why an extra $7,000? You sure you want to make $7,000 extra? Yeah. Okay, cool. First question I have for you, like, why 7? Why an extra 7? What do you need to do? Pay your mom's bills, do this, do that. Why $7,000? I just want to better understand. Well, because of this, this, and this. So the first thing I ask them, whenever somebody has a goal, I ask them why. I check them on it. Because if you don't ask why, it shows already that you don't give a shit, right? Trust. Trust is deep. It's not wide. Now watch this. Once they say, oh, I want to make $7,000 extra a month, and this is, I'm saying I'm bringing somebody in the company. I'm selling them into me, right? And then I'm like, hey, by the way, Bob, yeah, dude, I think there's a lot of great opportunities out there. Because remember to relax, build the trust, relax. I think there's a lot of great opportunities out there. You can go work with Ronnie, you can work with Bob, you can work with Sally. You didn't come in right now and you didn't tell me you want to make $70,000 a month. And the reason why I'm saying that is because $7,000 a month ain't that much. The whole world has money. In order for you to collect an extra $7,000, it ain't that hard. My question is this. Why the heck haven't you already done it? Like, why haven't you done it? Like, why didn't you pull the trigger in 2025? Have you identified that yet, Bill? Because at the Playbook Agency, dude, we're going to give you everything that it takes to become successful. We're in a win-win organization. You have to thank God that we're in a win-win organization. Yes. Well, people at the top make money. You're right. Thank God that there's no blurred lines. Blurred lines means this. Blurred lines mean you're inside of a corporate job. You don't know why your manager's acting all exciting today because maybe they got to hit their next rank. Here, we know why our leadership's doing what they're doing. There's no blurred lines because if they help you achieve your next step, they'll achieve their next step. It is the most transparent industry in the world. You know exactly why your leader is showing up, which basically means this. They're going to give you every single tactic and strategy in order for you to win because they'll win on the back end. In corporate America, you don't know why people are doing certain things, and there's all blurred lines. There's no transparency, at least inside of your agency. Yeah, why is Ronnie fired up? Why is Ronnie Big Daniel G? Well, because we want to make more money. Because if Ronnie makes you guys more money, so we are actually in the most transparent industry in the world. The scam is not in the pyramid. You're going to be in one regardless. Just in ours, you can build. In the other one, you have to freaking climb. And you'll never reach the top, where it's very hard. Now, here's what I mean by this. Janet, and this is good for you guys too as well, because I ask my team this 24/7. I say, Janet, I have a question for you. So you want to make an extra $7,000 a month? She says, yes, I do. Why haven't you already done it? Ask yourself this, team. Imagine you had a goal last year of 250,000, right? And you only achieved 195. This is a problem. Why? Well, for 2 reasons. I'm going to give you the first one. The first problem is this, is that inside of your head, you probably think you couldn't do it. I can't do it. That's why it didn't get achieved. And you're like, well, yeah, I guess. No, you didn't think you could do it. Now, here's the truth of this. In business, anything is possible to make 250 because your upline already made it. The question is this. Either you don't want to, or you don't know how to. Or it's 1 and 2 together. That's the only reason why nobody hits their goal, especially that, something that's already proven inside of your business. Let me say this again. This might be so simple, but some of you guys have to think of this again. If you have a target and you didn't hit it last month, there's only 2 reasons why. Number 1, you didn't want to hit it, or number 2, you don't know how to hit it. And I almost guarantee you it might be a little, it's probably actually right here. 90% of you guys just didn't want to hit $100,000 in your month. It's not that you didn't know how to. Are you kidding me? The playbook, like you guys have a book. I'm like, Ronnie, do you guys have a book? Dude, we're the Playbook Agency, of course. You guys have the how-tos right there. I don't even need to teach you. The question is, you didn't want to do it. Somebody comes up to me, I'm in Peru 3 weeks ago. He's like, yo, Dan, what's the best closing line? I go up to him and I say, you think your leader's lying to you? He said, no. I said, so why are you asking me? He said, what do you mean? I said, dude, why are you asking me for the best closing line? You think your upline's gonna lie to you? He said, no. I said, so why are you asking me? That's not the question to ask. The question is this. You don't need to know the how-to. Yeah, I could tweak you a little bit, but you're just asking to get to the next step. You don't need another closing line. Especially for you guys, like you guys have it built out to the freaking process. You don't hit the numbers inside of your organization, 5 million plus a month or 9.5 million, that number. You don't hit that by winging it. There is literally a how-to system dialed in. So everybody has to think about this. It has nothing to do with the how-to. I asked that guy the question. I said, it's not the how-to close another deal. The question is this: why don't you do the number one things that you have to do every single day in order to build your business? I said, go ask yourself that question before you go to bed at nighttime. Not what do I got to do to build my business? Why don't you do the number one things that you got to do every single day in order to drive your business? I asked myself the same question. So I'll know if you have a goal and it's $50,000 a month, it's not that you can't do it. Can't is fake. It's either you don't want to do it or you don't know how to do it. And I'm calling everybody out here. If you had a goal and it was $100,000 and you achieved $62,000 last month, it just means that you either didn't know how to get to $100,000 a month, nobody ever showed you how to do it, or you just don't want it bad enough. Now, I'll show you what bad enough means. Bad enough means this. Want to means this. Want to means when you want ice cream and you're a baby, you cry for it. That's want to. When you want to go play soccer, you do everything and anything to go get this. Like when you want something, you're like in tears to get it. Want to. Most people that I coach, I'm like, you just don't want to do it. Like you sleep like a baby. You don't want to do it. Most people that want to do it, they have anxiety when they fall asleep at nighttime. They have excitement mixing with anxiety, mixing with nerves, mixing with prayers. They just want to do it so bad. It's like when you cry and bawl your eyes out for, I'm like, was that it? Because monitor your level of want to, because if it wasn't like that, that's the reason why you don't hit it. Most people just don't want to. So when I coach people and it's one-on-one, I'm like, do you want it like a baby cries for ice cream? Like they're so angry if they don't get it. I'm like, how'd you sleep at nighttime last night? I asked people these questions. They're like, well, I slept good 8 hours. I'm like, oh, you don't want your goal. You didn't achieve your goal and you still had a perfect sleep. I'd be in bed every 2 hours. Check my phone, reading my scripts, waking up. Show me your ceiling. Why? I want to see if your comp plan's on your ceiling. You don't want it bad enough. You wake up and you're telling me your ceiling's empty? Like when you wake up, the first thing, you don't want it. Oh, but, you just don't want it. You're too cool for it now. Something happened. Now, second thing I'm going to tell you guys, right, about goals. By the way, I'm managing expectations. So when I coach somebody or I sell somebody inside of the company, this is what gets people to trust you. Not by saying, hey, man, we're going to achieve it. I'm just going to say, hey, by the way, why didn't you achieve your goals in the past? Did you not want it enough? Because we're going to give you the how-to. Did you not want it enough? Second thing, I'm going to give you guys something about goal setting. Margaret, by the way, when you come inside of the organization, if I'm coaching somebody and they want to come inside the organization, are you sure you want to hit $10,000 a month? Yes. Okay. How about we do this? How many hours are you going to give me? Well, I'll give you about, I can do about 5 hours a day. Okay, good. You're not going to hit $10,000 a month. Why? It's possible. We have the how to do it. If you have building blocks and you came in here, we can hit you $10,000 a month fast within 30 days. If you have building blocks, if you have an amount of hunger that nobody has, we'll do it. However, the thing is, you've never been in sales. We're going to have to teach you. And I don't want you to come in here and you think about a goal, you don't achieve it within the first 30 days, and then your brain and your heart doesn't trust what you put on a piece of paper. We have achievers inside of the Playbook Agency. We don't have goal setters. We don't do goal setting. We have achievers. Big difference. There's other organizations that do goal setting. We don't do that. We look at the target and we achieve it. If we don't achieve it, we figure out ways to achieve. See, here's the difference, team. And I want you guys to think differently today. How many times have you ever thought about achievement other than just goal setting? Achievement is actually more important than setting a target towards the end of the month. Why? Because let's say, for example, Margaret, you come inside the organization and you have this $10,000 goal and you only hit $3,000. And then you have a $10,000 goal and the next month you only hit $6,200. And then you have a $10,000 goal and the next month you only hit $5,800. Your brain every month is going to start looking, hey, Janet's not an achiever, so even if she has a $10,000 goal, she doesn't achieve crap, so we don't trust what Janet puts on a piece of paper. Everybody here, you don't hit goals, want to know why? Because you're not an achiever. Only an achiever can hit a goal. What? Yeah, like think of this. I have a friend, I'm coaching her. She's done $85,000 a month inside of sales. She comes to me, she asks me for sales training. She says, Dan, I went back down to $40,000 a month. I said, okay, that's cool. I said, how long have you been making 40,000 a month? She's like, well, for the last 6 months. I said, okay, cool. I said, Maria, when's the last time you achieved something? Go, give it to me, go. There's your problem. You'll never hit 100 grand a month again or 80 grand a month again. She's like, why? I said, your brain doesn't trust what you put on a piece of paper. I said, you're in complete self-sabotage mode, that it's not in alignment. And I'm using the word alignment for her. Like, it doesn't just trust. Whatever you put on a piece of paper, your brain is your strategy. It's the how-to. Your heart is the emotions, the want to. It will not achieve it. You need both of these things in order to achieve your goal. It will not achieve it. Why? Because it knows that you're not an achiever. You haven't achieved the goal in the last, 6 months? When's the last time you achieved something? She's like, huh. I'm like, so if you put the big goals up, it's going to be like, this lady can't even achieve the small things. I'm like, what can we achieve now? And I don't mean today. I mean compress. I mean like in the next hour. Let's go achieve something. What can we go achieve? What can we go achieve in the next hour? Set me out a target. Let's go achieve it. Let's go knock on some doors. Let's go do something. Let's go achieve something in the next hour. She sells shampoo. I said, here's what we're going to do. Online sales, it takes too long. I'm a believer of offline sales and online sales. I'm like, it takes too long. Let's just go knock on doors. I'm like, I just need you to get 5 people's numbers. Like, can we do that? Can we achieve that goal right now? 5 people's numbers. She makes $85,000 a month she used to make. I'm telling this lady to go knock on doors for shampoo. I'm like, let's go do it. Can we hit that target of 5? 5 people to give you their numbers. Not even commit to an opportunity meeting. Just 5. Okay, let's go knock on doors. Boom, 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 boom. Go knock on doors right now. Did you get the 5? Good. You did it within an hour? Good. Write it down. Check mark. Your brain's like, oh, she's an achiever. The reason why I'm telling you guys this is because you have to separate your business into 2 formats. Number 1, I achieve my shit. Number 2, I have a macro goal and I'm competitive as heck. Meaning, let's just go say I did a webinar on January 1st. I had this goal to make a certain amount of money in one day, right? And I don't achieve it. Now I'm competitive like you guys. If I don't achieve something, I don't sleep. Don't go to bed at night. Like, my team's happy as heck. We made a lot of money that day. I'm pissed. I'm a few bucks short from my goal. I'm pissed off, right? And I think it was like very shy, like $15,000, $20,000. I'm mad. They're all excited. I'm like, dude, what the heck did I do wrong? So I'm just going to bed, which you should be doing. You should be competitive as heck. I'm going to bed and I'm thinking, like, what the heck did I do wrong? And then I said, Daniel, don't be a hypocrite of what you teach. Don't self-sabotage yourself. Because if your brain doesn't recognize that you're an achiever, it's not going to go tackle the next one. So go do this, go be competitive, go write out what you did wrong. And at the same time, on the other side, write out what the heck you just did. Find your achievements. Okay, you had this many people register. You had this many people attend. Okay, boom, check mark, achiever. Now, go to your competitive side. You see what I mean? It's the balance of knowing, hey, I'm winning. Like 3 months ago, this would never happen. Check. We're winning. Because if I don't count my wins, I'm never going to go duplicate again. So you got to know inside a business, okay, like how do I have the balance of achievement and competitive as heck? How do I stay in competitive mode and achievement mode? Because then self-sabotage is out of there. I'm not talking about self-love. I'm talking about self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is when you shoot yourself in your own foot. And you got to have a level of competitive. And competitiveness looks like this. You only do one thing for competition. You take the top person inside of your organization, your industry, and you plant them to the top of your ceiling. And you stare at their name and you stare at their numbers all day. And you look at the reality of your business. That's what competitive nature looks like. Let me say that again. My name's Daniel G. Ronnie's making $100,000 a month, and I'm making $13,000 a month. I don't go look at Bill that's making 32. I don't. Why? Because we have the same opportunity. I don't look at Bill that's making 32. I look at Ronnie that's making 100. I don't look at Marissa that's making 18. I look at Ronnie that's making 100. And I put Ronnie's face. It's going to be weird for some of you guys, right? I put his face and I have his smile. Somebody inside of the agency smiling like this. And I put it right there. This guy's making $100,000 a month. I got to get competitive. I got to get as good as my mentors. What am I doing right now? I got to beat this guy. I got to get to 100. If he could do it, I got to do it. So I start working. Why? Because I think competition is super healthy. When you compete and compare to people above you, not below you. There's people here that are like, dude, I'm doing good. I make 25,000. My friends are making 3,000. Don't compare yourself to a college student. That's one of your college friends. I'm running in South Florida. This guy's running by me one day. I'm jogging. This guy just sprints by me, right? He just flies by me. He sprints by me. And I'm like, damn, this guy's gonna quit soon, right? I'm like, it's not how fast you can go, it's how forever you can go inside of business, right? That's my mentality. So I have this competitive nature. I hate losing. I don't care about money. I just hate losing. This guy flies by me, right? As he flies by me, this guy's just sprinting. So I speed it up, right? And I'm just flying. And I'm like, come on, God, just give me another 5 inches on each leg. I would have taken this guy, right? Because I'm small as heck. So I'm like, damn, man, I can't beat this guy. This guy's going to conk out. I have better lungs than this guy. He just keeps going. He keeps going. He keeps going. He reaches the South Beach in Miami, Florida. And I'm way behind this guy. I get to South Beach. I'm like, I needed like an oxygen mask, right? I'm on the floor. And I go up to the guy. I'm like, dude, high five. You're an animal. I go back. I check my watch. Now, I used to run that shit slow as hell. Like, I used to finish off that run in 55 minutes. I look at my watch. I'm at 31 minutes. I go on my Instagram story, just like this, right? Every single thing that happens throughout the day is just an analogy for my team and my community. I just go on my stories. I'm like, guys, whatever mentor ever told you competition is unhealthy, fire them because they're lying to you. I just had my personal best record of running just because I was competitive as heck. Now, I may have not won. I may have not beaten that guy because that guy has 25 years maybe in running. But I will tell you one thing. I pushed my freaking potential that I never knew I was capable of because I compared and I competed to somebody that was 10 times better than me. I just had a 31-minute run. I usually do it in 56 minutes exact. I said, did comparison demotivated me or did it motivate me? And did I just have my best freaking record run? Some people have to choose another competitor. Like, oh man, I don't think this competitor is stretching me enough. I don't think like you guys understand competition is the most healthiest thing because it innovates you or it intimidates you. A weak person intimidates him. Like, I don't even look at it as a competition. I look at it as like, if two people run beside each other, they force each other to get better. There would be no sports. It would be boring if there was no competition. Like, you know when there's people and they're just like hovering at your level, you almost got to thank them for being great. Hey, thank you so much. Why? Because without you, we wouldn't work as hard. So maybe the person that you're comparing yourself to, if you're a competitive person, they're not the right person. And that's why you're not growing. I'm going to give it to you guys straight up. Maybe you've been at the same income for the last 2 months because the competitor you chose is just a little bit better than you. That's it. So, team, we're going to have a lot of fun things coming up. I'm coming down to your guys' office. We're going to do a lot of in-depth role playing, a lot of in-depth sales training. I want to get you guys to a level where people look at you and they buy into you before they buy into the program, product, offer, or service. They have 100% trust in you where they're like, do you come with the business? Once they say that subconsciously, everybody's bought because you can manage their expectations best. The people's expectations that you manage best, you guys know a sale happens when people go like this. Huh. I never thought of it like that. That's when the sale takes place. And everybody knows if everybody's a great closer, the sale never happens when the cash register rings. The sale happens when they have a moment where they're like, because if I could change the way they think, I could change the way they invest in what they do. The sale happens when they say something in their head like, huh, that's a good question. So ask yourself that. How many of your clients or how many of your team members ever go through that? When you recruit, when you sell, do they ever go through that? No, then you probably won't get the sale. You have to, okay, in life, I'm going to piggyback, I think it was off what Drew was saying about events. You guys have a convention coming up. For the 50 people here that don't have a ticket, I don't need you guys to like me. I'm just going to give you the reality on today's call. I don't give a shit. I already got paid. I don't care if you like me. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. I don't care. But I'm going to give you reality. You will never win inside of your business. So you might as well quit today. Maybe your upline and your leader can't say this, but I'm going to give it to you. I've trained the most salespeople in the world. Not a soul comes close. Doesn't matter who you say, but this guy doesn't even come close. When you mention the person, I'm in India doing a sales training. Then I'm in Italy doing a sales team. Then I'm in Jordan doing a sales training. Then I'm in Lebanon doing a sales training. Then I'm in Spain. Doesn't come close. And I'll tell you one thing. Here's why I'm saying this. And I don't mean this virtual shit. I mean in real life. Forget this virtual shit. I mean in real life. Like shaking people's hands. I slept on a plane 250 flights every single year. You will never win if you don't show up to a convention. Why? You ain't gonna break your company's history like you're gonna be the unicorn in the company that says, I'm not gonna show up to an event and I'm gonna win. I promise you it ain't gonna happen. Why? When I said I've trained the most salespeople, I also mean the most sales leaders. And when I mean sales leaders, I've never shook a leader's hand and they're like, dude, I don't show up to events, but I crush it. Never seen that person. So I don't know if you wanna go out like on your own to develop this theory on your own to be like, dude, I'm not gonna go to an event, but I'm still gonna crush it. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you why it's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna give you the real formula. Because I know your leaders say you have to show up. I'm gonna tell you why they say that you have to show up. They say that because they're giving you what happened inside of their mind, that they're not reverse engineering, but they're like, dude, I don't know what happens, but something changes at events. And there's so many variables of what happens that subconsciously it's like, dude, I don't even know what to explain it to you. You just gotta get it. You just gotta show up. So I'll give you what happens. There's, you know the levels of learning, how the levels of learning is this? Like you learn information and then you go do it and then you teach it. Okay, the fourth level is this, is you experience it. Experience is emotional, it's not physical. This is physical. Learn, do, teach, physical, right? Experience is a breakthrough moment. It's your aha. You will get that in person. You know that breakthrough moment where you're like, geez, he just said something. Bill just said something. Sean just said something. You know, Billy just said something. Ronnie just said, whoa, it's real. When your brain goes through an aha moment, a breakthrough moment, that's when your business levels up. Until then, you buy off aha moments, you got recruited off an aha moment, and you will get to your next level off an aha moment. So yes, in life, yes, maybe you have only $450 left. And you're like, dude, this is my last $450. You have to buy into your next level. You're buying into your breakthrough. Let me say it again. You buy into your next level. You don't somehow just magically end up. I've bought into my next level. Every single time when people hear me, I go do events, I'm like, you guys know I bought into my events that I went through in the past. Like I was negative on most of the events because I was buying into the next level. I was buying into my relationships. I was buying into the breakthroughs. I wanted to meet that person, so I poured into that person. So I go to dinner with that person. So I'm like, I was negative, but I bought into my next level because I'm always trying to get this. I wanted to sit at the tables. I wanted to be around the people in the proximity to just be like, Daniel, you're playing like a little bitch. Excuse my language, but it's the truth. Like I needed to see it. You can't do it over here. Everything here is fake. You might not even trust me. So I'm telling you guys, you need a position. You don't know when the breakthrough is going to happen. All you can do is position yourself better for a breakthrough. That's it. You don't know when it's going to happen. You just got to position yourself better for one. Your friend that says, dude, let's hang out, you're probably not positioning yourself for a breakthrough. Is there a breakthrough involved? Can we have a breakthrough while we hang? I don't know how to do the hanging thing. How do you hang? So I'm just saying, team, you will not be the unicorn out of 1 million, 2, 3 million plus people that I train. You probably won't be the unicorn that says, I'm not going to show up to get an event and I'm still going to get results. Every single one of your leaders, something's changed in person at events, and that's why they got into the next level. I promise you. So I don't make money by saying this. I'm not even speaking at convention. I'm not going to be there. What I'm telling you is it is the most important thing. It is the most important thing. Events drive business. Small, micro, and macro. Small events, 3 people. Right? Micro, in the office. Macro, convention. Events drive the business. If you can't show up to an event, you can't sell somebody to come to your event on a Saturday. You can't sell somebody to come on your Zoom call on a Saturday if you can't show up yourself. If you can't buy and invest, you won't get somebody to pay you. So, I'll be with you guys soon. I believe in events. By the way, I put my work where, like, I put it where it's at. Like, I don't just say this. Like, I show up. When Ronnie's like, dude, we got to do something, I'm like, yes, let's roll. Because I know the importance of it, too, as a trainer. So, Drew, I appreciate you. Ronnie, the whole Playbook Agency. Let's smoke everybody this year. Guys, I think the best thing is this. It's like, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet this year. When I talked to Ronnie towards the end of the year, we had this fun, friendly deal set up between Ronnie and I. And I think just with me being with you guys over the next year, like I want you guys to act like an all-you-can-eat buffet. I want you to like just leave the leftovers of people that don't want to work. Just leave it to your competition. But wiping everybody. Here's what you got to do. You know, you didn't join this company being a leader, right? So you make leaders when they come inside of the company. You're not searching for leaders. Nobody comes, oh, that's a person's good. You don't know who's good, right? But when you do meet people that are good, you sit down with them and you be confrontative. No longer playing like a wussy. Meaning, I was telling my friend, I said, you want to go attack high-level leaders? Yeah. When you meet somebody that's making a lot of money and they're in a different industry or the same industry, you got to sit down with them and say, hey, by the way, can you beat these numbers? Can you beat this? Can you do this? I don't play off like, oh, we're the best, you're the best. We just talk about numbers, systems, and operations. 1, 2, and 3. If you can't beat this, I'll stop talking to you. But this is what we got here. Let's go, head for head, boom. That's how you win. That's how business owners talk to each other. They don't get into this whole thing like, oh man, you don't, dude, this is what we're doing. These are our numbers. Show me your organization's numbers. Here's our numbers inside of our organization. You want to know why? Because we have a system. We have a playbook, and that's what drives our numbers. Can you show me yours? Show me your organization numbers. Maybe there's no systems and process operations. But Daniel, I don't have credibility. Good. Playbook does. The closers do. Drew does. Ronnie does. Leverage their credibility. If I'm day 3 inside of the business, hey, dude, I get it, but here are numbers inside of our businesses, and this is why we're hitting this, and this is where we're headed. Can you show me what you're doing right now? We have systems and processes. Okay, team, I'll see you guys soon. Ronnie, do we have a couple questions? I know I always say I'm going to be on for 30, 40 minutes, but I just get fired up sometimes.
No, dude, we absolutely appreciate you. We thank you for being on. We'll give you all the time in the world, man. We absolutely appreciate you. Before we leave, we're just going to end it with one thing. Daniel, you already know that we are the best sales team in the entire industry. We always will be. If there's one thing that the best sales team can get from the #1 sales trainer in the entire world to 7X, 5X, 7X, and 10X in 2026, what is it?
It's going to sound like the most cliche thing in the world, but it's confidence. I'll tell you why it's confidence. And I'm not just going to say the word and just like leave and be like, yo, it's confidence. Be more confident in yourself. I'm going to say why it's confidence. Confidence is the unspoken buy. Meaning, you know when deals close, it's always like the unspoken objection, why a deal doesn't close, right? It's like the hidden objection that nobody ever uncovers. It's never usually about the money. It's usually like, hey man, I don't think I need this right now, but they'll just tell you I don't think I have the money, right? Like if you're trying to sell a 23-year-old on life insurance, the guy's thinking, I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit about dying. The guy's like, I don't even care about my family half the time. He's like, what the heck? Dude, I just want to pay my bills, right? He might not tell you that, so he might just say I'm broke. So it's always the unspoken objection that never gets resolved, that doesn't close deals. While on the opposite side, when you just asked me that, confidence is the unspoken buy. Why? Because subconsciously what it tells the other person, this person knows something about their business that I don't yet know and I'm interested. They're a little bit more certain about something. It's the unspoken buy. Meaning you buy from people that just have more confidence than you. That's why I said, are you like asking people like, hey man, do you have availability tomorrow? Dude, tomorrow I'm free at 3 p.m. Can you text me before 8? Like, I think this year we got to move into a level of certainty where it's like, you don't ask people what you already know you could do for them. You already know, like you just got to look at your numbers, guys, inside of your business and be like, can I have confidence in my numbers? Because I'm not believing in this thing that doesn't exist. You guys got to remember, like when I go tell my team something, there ain't no compensation plan that I can pitch them to be like, yo guys, believe in this. Like I got to create this blueprint out of thin ice because we're always creating. You guys know in your company, you have numbers that have already got achieved. So you have to have confidence in the numbers that have already got achieved. You have to have confidence in the business. I'm telling you why. Everybody gets scared when there's not this level of certainty like I have on my calls, like this level of certainty that your business owners have. They get scared because people want to be led by people that can lead them better than themselves. So they're really not thinking about product, offer, service. So like, dude, why did you ask me? Why didn't you just tell me? So think of this, right? Imagine have you guys ever seen these memes online where there's like a barber and the barber's like in Istanbul and the guy's like cracking the guy's back and like cracking his neck and he's like shampooing his ear and then like waxing his face. That shit's real. I've been in Istanbul airport, right? And when I'm in Istanbul and when I'm in Turkey, like I sit down with the barber, I sat down, dude, the guy just freaking wrecked me, right? He cracked my back, cracked my neck. He was like massaging. I'm like, what's happening right now? Knocking me out, cracking my ear, waxing me, burning my ear. Dude, I got out. The guy's like, hey, how do you feel? I'm like, dude, I don't know if I should call the cops, but I feel like a whole nother man. I'm like, I don't know if I should call the cops or tip you. Now imagine the barber said this. Yo, do you mind if I move your ear? I would have been like, dude, move the ear. So you're not actually comfortable around people that don't command and are not confident. I don't know which barber's better, but if a barber said, yo, do you mind if I move your ear? You would have been like, dude, I'm getting out of this place. Why don't you just move my ear? So you got to think to yourself like, man, do I have the ability to be kind but confident and certain? I think that's the best tip that I can give everybody. It's like, have the ability to be kind, but at the same time, be certain and confident. Like the best mixture between a sales rep is the nicest person in the world, but the most urgent and confident and certain person in the world. Not to be an asshole and be urgent. It's to be nice as heck, urgent and fast. That person crushes everybody. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, man. Daniel, dude, we appreciate you. We look forward to 2026 with you by our side. We thank you for everything that you do. We seriously do. We appreciate the hell out of you, dude. Thank you, guys. Next week, we will be on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Daniel, thank you. Guys, this is Closerz Academy. We're out.